Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Pinstar Plays Overcrowd, a commute 'em up. So, over the next couple of days, I'm going to be doing some one-off Pinstar plays, just to show you a couple of games, brand new ones you've never seen, and also updates to existing ones that haven't been touched by my channel. So let's dive into this one. So, Overcrowd is an indie game where you manage a subway station. Now, you would think, okay, subway station, this is a transit game. I'm making subway stations, I'm doing routes, and so on and so forth. No, this is nothing like, say, Mini Metro. This is where you are actually managing the station of one of the stops, and all the minutia that goes into it. So let's dive right in. First off, I love this touch. Not only are the campaigns randomly generated, but they are seeded. So you can put in a seed and get the same campaign each time. So if you want to play against your friends or what have you. So let's generate the ancient seed, reference to some of my older transportation games out there. Alright, so the way this game works is it gradually increases the complexity and difficulty that you have to deal with. So you basically start off, you eventually are going to be in charge of 5 different stations here, but at the start of the campaign you only have the first one and the easiest one to manage. And then as you go and unlock stuff, it becomes more complex and difficult, and yeah, this game does not pull punches. Whew! So we are diving here into Waterbank Shelf. Waterbank Shelf is not busy. Litter is almost never a problem. Yeah, each of these have different modifiers and quirks to them, and again, all randomly generated. Alright, so, and in addition, the maps themselves are all randomly generated. Alright, so here we are. So the idea here is that we need to make a station where people can get on the subway and also off of the subway, and then go go travel to the surrounding areas. So the 2 areas of interest to us right here are these. We have the Carnival Street connection and, what is this, the Green Lane connection. So these are our ways for people to get in and out of our station and onto the surrounding neighborhoods. So we need to hook up at least one of these 2, maybe eventually both of them, so people can get to and from. The other connections that our station has to worry about are these lines, the brown line and the green line. These are connections to other subway lines within our network. Now, we don't really care about where they're going on the brown line or green line. All we care about is that we provided access to at least one of these 2 lines, hopefully both eventually, to stop in our station so people can get in and off their tracks here. The other randomly generated part is we have this chunk of building here. This has to be stationed. We have no choice. And this darker stuff here, this is impassable stuff, so we cannot build anything on these areas right here. So with those obstacles in mind, we have to build our station. So I think what I'm going to do here, let's edit floor. We do need to get our building over to here, to one of the entrances. So I think we're going to tap into Green Lane here. So yeah, let's just make all this building right here, and oh yeah, like right about there. That should be good. Let's flesh out the rest of this while we're at it. And since we need to have basically encapsulate the tracks with our station in order to have the trains arrive, we're going to do just that. Might as well use the space provided here. That's looking good to me. That's looking very good to me. Alright, so this is like a little fledgling little station, but we still need to build stuff to actually make it functional. Sculpting floor. By the way, you can go up and down levels. See how there are multiple layers to the soil here? Yeah, that's going to be more important on later levels, because right now everything's on the ground floor here. This is sort of like this isn't even really a subway station. It's more of above the ground station that ties into the subway network. But on later levels, you're going to be needing to dive under and managing multiple stops and multiple tracks on multiple floors. Right then, infrastructure. Let's see here. Yes, entrance. We certainly need an entrance. Boom. So that's how people will be getting into our place right there once we open us up. The other thing we're going to need is a platform. This is how trains are going to arrive. So you can only build platforms along these tracks here. And how many carriages can arrive at any given time is a factor of both your tech level and also the space here. Now, I can tell you right now, getting up to 3 carriages is going to be difficult early on, but you can have much larger trains later on. So we can always expand this later. So, boom. There we go. Now, we also need to tell us where are people going to get on and off this thing, because you can have it where they get on and off on just one side or both sides. Here, because we're not building anything on this side yet, we're going to have everything go on here. Everyone get on and off on that side. Perfect. Okay, the other things we need to build here are different rooms, and I'll get more into these. So first things first, actually, let's start with a utility room. Let's see, something like that. So the utility room, our little metro station here isn't actually hooked into the electrical grid. We actually have to generate our own electricity. Seems a little odd, but I'll roll with it. So we need a couple of generators and also a fuel barrel on hand to refill those. And we're going to need an employee to top those off over time. The other thing we're going to need is a tool room where we can store the tools for such an endeavor here. And yeah, we actually haven't unlocked any of the tools yet. Last but not least, we're going to need a staff room for our employee to relax themselves. Yeah, I think we're just gonna... I'll just do one like right here in the middle. And yeah, like that. And that way they can sneak by if need be. And we'll actually be able to do stuff with these rooms. I just wanted to get them down so we don't crowd out the blueprints here. Right then, facilities. So the other aspects that we need here is we need a way to control the flow of people. We don't, people need to pay and buy tickets to get into the subway network, and we need to make sure they're charged accordingly. So we need 2 turnstiles. And it just so happens that the turnstiles fit quite nicely right here. So essentially, one turnstile is going to be towards the platform. So people coming in from the street will go through this turnstile to be able to get onto the train. We then also need one pointing towards the exit. So people who come into our station via the train and get off the train need to be able to leave our station and get into the surrounding neighborhood. So that's what the turnstiles are going to be for. We also need a ticket machine so that people, coming in can buy a ticket. Might as well put it up there, buy their ticket up here, make their way down here. A couple of bins, not a bad idea in case we have some litter bugs. I know it said there isn't much in the way of litter, but we still want to put them down just to make sure. Also, by the way, for the time being, we're going to ignore the green line, at least for now. We might rearrange this later on to tap into it when we level up a bit. Okay, I think... Alright, I think that's everything. Let's check procurement. Okay, so the way you tech up in this game here is you get what are called bonds, and you get more bonds by, well, just moving more commuters. The local city council grants you these bonds for being a good, subway station, and these allow you to buy into new things. Now, at the very, this is the first level of a campaign. A lot of the stuff is hard locked. Never mind locked behind having enough bonds to buy it, but just locked in general you have to advance the levels before you can get into this. Like right now, we can only build one platform. We physically cannot build a second one yet, but we can always come back here and build one. So the path that you take, what you do to sort of level up your place is up to you in terms of just dealing with the different things. Wheelies, how we ultimately get rid of our trash, but our bins can hold it for now. Tools, we could have a toolkit to fix broken stuff, a jerry can to refill those. Litter pickers, megaphones to help our employees. But no, I think we're going to actually look to make a little money, and that's where the commerce comes in. So we can get a newspaper stand and a newspaper billboard. So we can now start building these in our places. So the way these things work, this in addition, you get money from ticket income. That's great and all, but it's really not the big money maker is tickets. No, that's not the big money maker. These newspapers are. So what you do here, and this is a multi-tier thing, the billboards actually track how many people are looking at them and pass by them. And will pay you accordingly. Meanwhile, the newspaper stands themselves obviously sell newspapers. So I'm going to actually, advertise the heck out of these newspapers. I'll have a stand over here, and I'll have a stand over here. So if people walking in here saw the need for a newspaper, went in and realized, oh shoot, the newspaper stand's out here, they can buy their own here. And what the hey, we'll do a couple of billboards here just to keep them up there. That should get the cash flowing pretty nicely. As far as anything else, I think that's everything. So I think we're about ready. Once more stuff starts happening, I'll actually hire an employee and start those. But I think right click on the entrance and we're gonna open. Woohoo! All right, so got $1,000 for that. We got people going in here, and yeah, you can see that little progress bar is that person officially got exposed to the station, to the ad. All right, so we got a couple guys buying their tickets. Now they have a destination in mind, but sometimes people just fart around. They can't afford it. So well, I don't know about you, man. All right, there's a train due, so here comes the train. Now, right now at the beginning of the level, we only have the tech for a single car train. So single car unloads 4 people. Got a bunch of people buying newspapers, and then a couple of ticket holders. Now that the train is ready to go, they should be. Yeah, come on, guys. The train's waiting for you. It'll leave once people board. Go on in. Go on. Don't be shy. There we go. Off you go. All right, I think we got a couple more bonds here. Yes, we got 4. So as you move more and more people, you get more and more bonds. It starts out quick, but then it's slower and slower. Amenities, vending machine, shares, infrastructure. People are getting a gloomy debuff here. So we probably want, some lighting. Then again, we have 4 bonds. We could get a 2-carriage train. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the 2-carriage train because we can fit that. We can afford that, and it doubles the amount of passengers we move every time the train comes. More electricity. Huh? Okay. I guess I need another generator? I guess having a larger train makes it suck more power. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, I know. They keep saying gloomy, gloomy, gloomy. That's because we need lighting. We need lighting. And in order to do that, we actually need to procure lighting. So level 1 lighting. Boom. Uncomfy bench. Oh, that takes 2 bonds. Fair enough. Wheelie. We don't need the wheelie just yet. Not quite at that. Yeah, we'll save up. But let's get the lighting, because we just built another generator anyway. Where are you? There you go. So you can see how far the light effect's going to be. So this one will be in here, and then we can get another light filling up this whole place. And that should get rid of all the gloomy debuffs. People can actually see what they're doing now. Alright, we got 8 people spilling out here. And we should get 8 more people boarding our train here. Alright, getting more and more of these bonds as people fill the station. Excellent. That should allow us to... let's see, do we want to start going down the route of having an employee? Now let's start with the benches first. We'll do as many non-employee things as we can before we actually take the dive and get into an employee here. Water cool, yeah, that's all employee stuff. The wheelie is employee related. I guess the capacitor? Yeah, let's do the capacitor. That helps store up power over time. There we go. Alright, then once we get our next big group of bonds, we'll start getting employees. Because they're eventually going to need to refill these with the jerry cans and whatnot, so we're going to need bonds to buy the jerry cans so they can actually refill it. The other thing is people, that megaphone, see how a lot of these people are just kind of farting around and doing nothing? Having someone, whoop, what was that? I heard a, oh, there we go. For the, oh yeah, I never built the benches. I never built benches. I unlocked them, but I never actually built them. That should be good. Maybe like a pair right here in the middle, so they're not in the way. Now people can sit. And yeah, these things are starting to fill up, so we're going to need to get into this. Alright, now we'll have people pouring in. And that should get, yeah, more and more bonds. We're back up to 5. This is why I went with the early, yeah, see, our waste bin's getting full, so we need an employee at this point. So, we got one person to hire. They have different attributes here, but namely, the strength determines how many different tools they can use at once. Speed is how fast they go. Stamina is how long they can go between breaks. And perception is how far their AI sees things that need to be done. So, yes, let's hire you. And we also need to procure some tools for you. We need the jerry can. We need that wheelie. That's how we ultimately empty out those trash bins. Yeah, we'll get the litter picker. Rat prod. Yeah, there's a lot of problems that crop up in the later levels that get kind of crazy. So let's plop these tools down. So we got the litter picker and the jerry can. And then you go get the litter picker, please. They'll act on their own, but you do need to equip them with the proper tools first before they'll do anything AI like here. So you get the litter picker, you get that, and now, oh yeah, I need to actually build the wheelie. Where's the wheelie? I know we unlocked the wheelie. There you are. That's more like it. Now you should, yeah, see now that we have the wheelie, they should, yeah, now they're going to actually start emptying the bin. And take it to the wheelie. Oop. There are tools later on that can automate the calling of trains, so you don't have to click it yourself every time, but early game, that's how it's going down. Alright, so that's disposed of. Maybe I should get the... Oh, nope, they're picking up garbage that someone decided to litter. Let's see. Maybe I should get you the megaphone. Let's go buy the megaphone. I'll have them put down the jerry can for the moment. And there's like a lot of these different statistics about their different skills and what have you. Let's see. Strength 6 to get a third slot, yeah. Yeah, let's unequip that. And we'll have you equip the megaphone. And then we can just yell at people so that they don't loiter. And that basically makes sure that they hurry along to where they're supposed to be going. See how they just yelled at them? Now they're going to hurry the heck up and get to where they're going or where they're supposed to go rather than just loitering. Now, granted, there's a lot more people waiting for trains than I have trains coming, so no amount of yelling is necessarily going to get them on board faster, but at the very least, it'll get them on board as quickly as possible. Now you can see why you want as many of these things as possible. Plenty of newspaper sales going on here, looking good to me. We got nine things here. We got 2 more bonds available in this station, so one more train should allow us to cap out in this station to start with. Yeah, I know you're waiting a while. We are severely limited in what we can do on this station, but it gets a lot bigger and a lot more complex as we go along here. A lot more things to manage, a lot more things to worry about, and what have you. Alright, so everyone is getting on board. Toot sweet. And boom! 2 stars. Not too bad. A slight reputation change, probably because we have an employee yelling at everybody. But we are profiting. That's the important part. And so now you can. Now here's the thing. You by clicking to map. We are done with Waterbank Shelf. We only got 2 stars. This is sort of like a 2-point hospital where you can you get 1 star or on something and move on to the next one, and you can unlock more tech in here, which you can then take back here and get and do even better on this level with it. It is I'm pretty sure it is physically impossible to get 5 stars on your first visit to a zone. You need to go down here to unlock the tech and then come back here to sort of touch up your station. So it's sort of a bouncing back and forth to get everything up to 5 stars. So that is Overcrowd, a commute 'em up. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. These one-off Pinstar plays are how I gauge interest in new series. So let me know very, very loudly if you want to see more of this or want to see a proper series on this. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya!